Hey, so good morning everybody. We're talking about GP Shift today on a Gen 2 Hayabusa and what is required to go ahead and get this conversion done. So first of all, what I have in my hand are the stock side stand bolts. They go here and here. The top one, you actually need to clearance a couple of millimeters off of it. The original stock shift arm is actually going to be up here at the 12 o'clock position, and it gets reversed basically to 180 degrees or approximately 6 o'clock. This is a Sato Racing shift arm that shortens up the shifter movement with a couple of different adjustment holes. So this particular arm does not require the clearance of the bolt because there's more than enough room. But if you're going to use your stock one and do this on a budget, you will need to clearance a couple of millimeters off of the bolt head. As you can see, these are both the exact same bolt head. It does not need to be done to the lower, only the upper. Also, I'm currently using some titanium bolts that have a slightly smaller head. So if you want to spend 40 or 50 bucks on some titanium Ducati bolts that fit the bird, you won't need to do this. This is also a different side stand, so ignore this. This is a Ninja 650 side stand. It's been modified, welded, and cut because it's 15.1 ounces lighter than the solid steel unit from Suzuki. The stock stand actually splays out this way a little bit, so you would need to clearance it somewhat, just a little bit, with a sanding wheel on a grinder. I wouldn't use an actual grinding wheel because it just removes too much material too fast. Also, I have the Buell Peg Mod, which with my limited ankle movement, I run my shifter quite a bit lower than the average person. So if you have full range of ankle movement and you're not using the Buell Peg Mod, more than likely you will not have to modify the side stand at all, or the shift arm. Now, one other thing that right here on your factory rear sets, due to the shift rod that comes through here, you do need to put some 2mm spacers, just basically a large fender washer, on all three of these bolts behind. There is more than enough length on the bolts that go through and secure this to the frame, so that won't be any issue. So real quick recap again, if you're using your stock arm, you will have to clearance this bolt head a little bit. You'll have to clearance a small amount of the factory shift arm. It can be done with a hand file or a Dremel sanding wheel. And if you have limited ankle movement and Buell pegs and you run this low, you will have to clearance the side stand a little bit and clearance the back of the shift arm a little bit. Now, of course, if you go with the Sato Racing, titanium bolts, and the 2mm spacers, and a different side stand, all these clearance issues are not required. This is only if you're doing it on a budget with your factory equipment. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care. Next time.